Okay, everybody. Hey, it's me, Ben Bailey. What's going on? Sorry, I can't believe it's 9:20. Can you guys let me know if you can hear and see me now? Because I've literally been sitting here for 20 minutes talking, thinking that you guys could hear me, and then I just suddenly was like, "Wow, you guys cannot hear me." So, can you guys hear and see me? Somebody type in there. Okay, Raphael says yay. Hey, okay. Oh my God. You guys, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. I mean, you'll believe it. Now you can hear me. Yeah. I just sat here and did the first 20 minutes of the show thinking that you guys were hearing me because I could see the chat and it said that I was going and I, the only option I had in front of me was to stop streaming, which to me says, "Oh, thank God. I can't believe it took me that long to catch it." You guys were chatting with each other, and I was making jokes. I was like, I feel like you guys aren't even hearing me. You're just having your own chats. Because you were. I just did 20 minutes of the show. I apologized to you guys like 40 times for not doing shows for the last several weeks. I literally sat here and talked for 20 minutes before it really became clear that you guys couldn't hear me or see me. And so I had to restart the program. I managed to stay in the same broadcast. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I just sat here talking to you guys for 20 minutes. I said hello to all of you guys. I was responding to your comments. And a couple of times it seemed like you guys were responding to something that I said, but you weren't. You guys were chatting and killing time waiting for me. Okay, so let me start again. Here's the first thing that you guys missed that was important. It's a cash cab drive-by. It's time for you to drink your drink. Cheers, you guys. Howdy, howdy. Mark G. What's up, Kevin's Bacon Bits, Mike M., Elizabeth Fahey, Con, Laura Miskin, Raphael, Red, Marta, what's happening? What's up, Kevin? What's up? That's Kevin Rubel. April Sunshine. I like that name. My sister's name is April, but I like it anyway. Desi. I'm just scrolling back here. Oh my God, I can't believe it, you guys. You guys. I'm such an idiot. I was sitting here talking for 20 minutes. Now I got to remember what I said. I told you guys all kinds of stuff. Oh my God. So I know I said this. Super, super sorry that I missed the last 2 or 3. I don't even know how long it's been. Just got really busy with stuff. What's up, Richard A. Watson? Just got super, super busy. And at one point we were here, but we were like exhausted. Like I went out to Seattle for something. What's up, Benjamin 117? A fellow Ben. Bens are good guys. What's up, Richard Watson? Thank you very much. I love you guys too. So man, oh wow. So Marta, this was all for you because you were out doing errands and thought you were missing the beginning, but you weren't. I was doing an unplanned, accidental rehearsal. What's up, Kelf? Kelf on a shelf. Sports Center. Na 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 na. I really appreciate this weekly show, Ben, whether you can be here every week or not. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's kind of what I was going to say is like things have gotten pretty busy, so we're going to do it as often as we can. I'm going to do the show. And I'm actually going to launch, believe it or not, another podcast I'm going to do, and I'll tell you guys more about that later. But I wanted to say I'm sorry that I didn't do the show the last few weeks and that I didn't even let you guys know. Things got a little crazy. Our plan was to go to Seattle together. I went out to Seattle. Some of you guys maybe saw it. I'm not sure if you did or not, but I went out to Seattle. I was lucky enough to have been friends with the late, great Alan White, former drummer, fucking rock star drummer for the band Yes. And I met him maybe, it's got to be 10 years ago now. I was doing shows in Bellevue, Washington, and I kept noticing this guy in the crowd. He's laughing, but he just has a very kind of specific look to him. So finally I go, I feel like I know the guy, and I go, hey, you look like you're in a band. Are you in a band? And he goes, yes. That's right, Con. And so then I say, well, what band are you in? And he says, yes. Thank you, Elizabeth. And and I say, holy shit, are you Alan White, the drummer from Yes? And he goes, yes. And the crowd's cracking up, and so we had a great time. Turned out he and his wife Gigi were fans, and they came out to the show, and we laughed, and then we hung out after with. It was the two of them and Emma and I, and I think Sig Hansen of Deadliest Catch, Captain Hood. I think Sig was there that time, and maybe Jonathan Hillstrand. Deadliest Catch guys that I know from back in the Discovery days of Cash Cab and hosting After the Catch. But so we always had a good time, and they would always come out whenever I did shows. It's not like we hung out all the time or talked on the phone, we weren't besties, but we were friends in that whenever I was in that area, I would invite them to come out, and they would often come out. And they were nice enough to invite me to a couple of Yes shows that I was unable to make it to. I would really now, of course, even more wish that I had been able to go. But it was really fun. So it was like sad and awesome at the same time. I went up and I told that story. I felt a little crazy. I'm like, I'm the only fool comedian here. There's all these musicians there, all these guys from Yes and from all these different bands, and I'm the only dummy who's going to go out there and just talk. I felt like, oh my God, what am I doing? So I went out and I told that story, and I did my job application bit, which was Alan's favorite bit. And he would always be like, you didn't do the bit. You didn't do the bit again, because I would forget. So I finally did it for him. And then this is so weird. This is like a glitch in the matrix in my life. I'm like, this is what I just did, but I have to do it again. I'm just going to get lost in it. So that's where I was for that one Sunday. And then between then and now, I was in Seattle. And Emma, by the way, was supposed to come with me to Seattle and go to that show and see that and see Gigi again. And, excuse me, and then she was going to go home to Australia from there. But, yes, Ben Bailey Boulevard. That's right, Mike M. But she checked, and due to COVID erasing several years of our lives, her passport seemingly had just all of a sudden expired. It was like, oh, shit. So she didn't go with me. She stayed here and postponed her trip to Australia, and things have just been crazy. Because since then, everything changed last minute, and that's always just throws everything off. And also since then, I've been out doing, believe it or not, cash cab, but in a tractor or a piece of farming equipment. And it sounds like I'm bullshitting, but I'm not. It really happened. I have been doing this thing where I surprise, yes, passport caught COVID. And apparently it's happened so much that people that are in the U.S. and are citizens of another country, and probably around the world with the big lapse and all the travel, people are going, oh shit, my passport is expired, like a lot, because they're making concessions. They're like letting people travel, but you can't plan it ahead of time. It's like a phone call right before you get on the plane, which is why she opted not to do it, because we would have been waiting it for 3-4 days, waiting to see if she was going to make it or not. Ben, okay, here's a viewer question, which I said I was going to take a viewer question before. And that's how I realized that none of you were actually hearing me, because you were chatting, and sometimes it seemed to line up with what I was doing, but no one had a question for me. And so Catherine Legrand says, Ben, did you ever do sketch shows? SNL, question mark. I never did anything on SNL, though they did have, that's a good question, thank you. They did have several Cash Cab parodies on SNL. And they were pretty funny, some of them. Although one of them I didn't find terribly amusing. It seemed just, kind of felt like they were just taking a shot at me. Honestly, I was like, what is this? But there was one where it was like Mitt Romney was in there, and they kind of made fun of him because he was just so removed and didn't understand anything. But yeah, and there was several mentions of Cash Cab on SNL, but no, I never did. But the first thing I ever did on TV was on a sketch show. It was on Mad TV, and I played a security guard in a sketch with a guy that I sort of know from that and have seen him once or twice, who's a funny guy and a good actor. His name's Will Sasso. He had a sketch on Mad TV where he would play. There's an ad for 69 Girls XYZ private dating chat girls. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's coming up in our chat. But yeah, Will Sasso was one of the cast members of Mad TV. Very funny guy. He does a lot of stuff on social media. If you guys follow him, you'll see that he does a lot of little things, and he's very funny. Yeah, Will's great. He recently been on Mom. I saw him on something before that. Someone Probably Saves the World. Kevin Probably Saves the World. He was on that. And another friend of mine was on there too. But anyway, the very first thing I ever did on TV, I played a security guard in a sketch where Will Sasso, Will's on Vines. That's right. Nice call, Red. Yeah, Will's crush it on Vines. 6-second videos, man. And that's how long Vine really was a thing too. But so he played Tom Jones. He would do his Tom Jones impression, and he'd just be behaving terribly in a casino, like groping women and like spilling his drinks and just being a total menace. And then I would step in as the security guard and go, hey, and then go, oh, it's you, Mr. Jones, and then just let him proceed. Pretty funny. First thing I ever did. Great viewer question. Thanks. I'm going to blow it up for that. Boom. So yeah, back to, I made some Vines. You guys try to dig up my Vines. I had some fun with those, and then they were just kind of done. The first thing I ever did on TV, I don't remember. I was 3, says Kelf. Are you rhyming on purpose? Or did you really do something on TV when you were 3 years old? That's very interesting. Big Dog. What's up, Big Dog? Ben, I saw you years ago in Louisville, Kentucky. You're the only stand-up comic I've ever gone to see in person, and it was really good to see you. I'm glad you never had to fall back on cab driving. Thanks, Big Dog. I was so good that you never went to another comedy show your whole life. That's hilarious. Oh, boy. Vines are back. They have an app. Really? Are you serious about that, Raphael? I don't know, man. I don't know about that. So back to the trip. I was in Seattle. Emma was still here, but now she's in Australia. You guys don't know that. I didn't tell you that yet. She did go home. She's in Australia. That's why you don't see her here with me tonight. She is currently driving in Australia with her dad, a thing that she did a lot of when she was younger. Hopefully they're not outrunning any police officers on this trip. Big Dog, it's true. Never went back. But I hope that's because you thought no one would ever live up to the standard that I had set. I think I had great shows. Mark G. Boom. $2 from Mark G. And $2 warrants a movie quote, the first of the night. I want my $2. I want my $2. So it's movie actor. You're going to have to look up the actor on that one. And the character, I guess the character will just be what he is, not who he is. But so, yeah, I went to Seattle, and I got to do the tribute for Alan, which was really nice to be a part of that. And I got to hang with some very cool people. And I had a great night. I stayed at a hotel called the Hotel Sorrento. They donated rooms to the performers on the show. So That's right. Paperboy, Better Off Dead. I want to know the actor's name. I want somebody to look up the actor. Tell me the actor's name who played the Paperboy in Better Off Dead. Yeah, slightly scary Paperboy. When he's chasing him down the mountain. He's skiing on one ski. There's a lot of very quotable lines in that movie. It's a great movie. Okay, here's a little story that goes along with that you guys, Lance, I want my damn elephant. I don't understand. Are you giving me quotes? Is that a line from Better Off Dead, or are you hitting me? Because I can think of a movie that has an elephant line in it, but that's not it. It's close. Yes, Marta, thank you for asking. I did have a good hotel experience. I stayed at a place called the Hotel Sorrento, which has been there in Seattle for like 100 years or something. Probably not that long, but a very long time. It's surrounded by much more modern things on most sides. One neighborhood to the north is kind of seemingly from the same period, but the area around there is a lot of healthcare, medical type buildings. And I went in and I was like, man, there's something familiar about this place. But from the outside, it's really hard to tell because there's construction going on, and it was like kind of weird, like on both sides. But you could still get into the hotel. But so, yeah, I went in and I checked in. I was like, man, there's something familiar about this place. And I was like, you know what? I've just stayed in so many hotels at this point that everything feels the same. And then I got in the elevator and I looked down at the floor, and there's a rug on the floor of the elevator, and it says Hotel Sorrento. And then below that, so that it's the first thing that you see if you look down as you're walking into the elevator, which I did not, and it says Saturday. So there's a rug that says Saturday on it. Lance is from Seattle. It's a cool hotel. It is a cool hotel. Yes, and it's known as Pill Hill because of all the hospitals. Yes, Pill Hill. That's where I was, I guess. I didn't know it was called that, But so I get in the elevator and I see the rug says Saturday on it, and I'm like, oh my God, they have a rug for every day of the week. That means there's a closet somewhere nearby that has 6 rugs in it right now. It always has 6 in it, and there's one on the floor of the elevator. And then I remember, oh my God, it's the first place I ever stayed in Seattle when I traveled to Seattle like 1,000 years ago. I was doing college shows with my man Bill Burr, Mr. Wilfred Burr, the ginger boy. And I did a bunch of colleges up and down the Pacific Northwest. It was an awesome trip. We went to a ball game. I think we went to a strip club. We had some good fun. But I was like, dude, where did we stay on that first trip? And he remembered that we stayed in different places. Somehow that first night, most of the time we stayed in the same spot. But when we were in Seattle that first night, we booked separate. I think one place was all booked up or something. I don't know. But so I was like, holy shit, this is where I stayed. The rugs made me remember. So here I am in a place that I stayed at, I don't know, it was when I was like first on the road. It was a long time ago. We were kids, We thought we knew everything. We didn't know nothing. But, so it was fun. Yes, old Billy Blue Balls. And I did a tour of colleges, and we had a fucking blast. Don't wear underwear. With this one trick, clothing makers hate him. Red, I don't know what you're talking about. Perhaps it's a movie quote. I like when other comedians say, yeah, don't F with Ben Bailey. He's a tall drink of water. What? Who said that? Does somebody in a 50s movie say that? That's from Spot Center. Na. I don't understand your name, Spot Center. Na. But I like it. And you're saying interesting things. I wonder if Jason Robards is going to be on the show again tonight. I forgot that he showed up a few weeks ago. So the trip to Seattle was great. I met a lot of great people. I got to pay a nice respect to Alan and hang out with Gigi and meet some really super cool peeps. And from there, I then went to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I stayed at a hotel called The Graduate on the campus of the University of Minnesota, who they have a weird, it's like the red weasel or something is there. Sports people are like, dude, everybody knows it's the red gopher, the orange gopher or something like that. But so I stayed on a college campus, basically, a hotel that's right in the middle of a college campus. And the crew and I, this is for Cash Tractor Cab, and we went into a bar and we got carded. I went into a college bar. The Golden Gophers, that's it, Marta. I knew somebody was going to know it. What did I say? Something terribly stupid and awful. I wasn't making fun. I just couldn't remember. Golden Gophers is pretty whack, though, right? I mean, come on. Oh, no, look out. Here come the Golden Gophers. Oh, hi. Oh, it's from another comedian, Ben, when you keep chatting about your day to someone. Okay. Don't wear underwear with this one trick. Oh, okay, so you just... Okay, all right. Is that what you're referring to? ESPN SportsCenter music sound during intros. Men at Work is a terrible movie, but in a good way. Also a great 80s band. I know some younger comics that like... my buddy Jeffrey, he's like, he thinks that's a really funny movie. And I'm just like, really? No offense. I hate putting down movies because I know that people work so hard on them, even though, they kind of come out shitty sometimes. Yes, the Golden Golfers is the golf team, Kelf. But so I stayed on a college campus and I went into the bars. The only thing open was the pub. So we went there after a long day of shooting Tractor Cab. You have no idea. He looked at my ID and he looked at me like, mm-hmm. And he goes, I actually like it when you guys come in. It reminds me what the real IDs look like. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's all just a charade. Like, it's all just such a charade. Right, Lance. Okay, so maybe that's how my buddy feels about it too. It's terrible, but it makes him laugh. There's movies like that, like, so bad they're good. Here's a line from one. Pain don't hurt. Movie, character, actor. Pain don't hurt. This is not a charade. Nice. Now that's a good one right there. That is that the Kentucky Fried Movie? This is not a charade. It requires total concentration. Pain don't hurt. Roadhouse. Lance O got it. The next two are easy if you know that. Patrick Swayze and character name. You got to know it. I know you know it, Lance O. I know you know it. If you don't know it, I'm going to be really disappointed. 5, 4, 3, 2. He doesn't know it. I think maybe he doesn't know it. Yes, Kentucky Fried Movie. God, that's a funny movie. I love that movie. This is not a charade. If you guys haven't seen the Kentucky Fried Movie, I highly recommend it. There's a couple things that don't totally hold up, but for the most part, it is hilarious still, including the 15 to 20 minute, maybe it's not that long, but it seems long, spoof of Enter the Dragon, which that quote is from. Dalton is the correct name of the character. Nice, Kevin. Lance didn't come up with it. He was just trying to type. He's like, damn it, what's his name? Dalton, also acceptable, Miho. Which is what Sam Elliott's character calls him. Hey, Miho. Maybe one of the funniest lines in any movie ever is when he rolls up, Sam Elliott rolls up on his motorcycle and parks and looks at the at the bar and goes, "The double douche." Shit is hilarious. That whole movie is hilarious. It's supposed to be thrilling, but it's just like, it's just so fucking funny. But I would watch it if it was on. I would watch it. I think maybe my favorite part is when it's hard to pick a favorite part, but when a guy comes walking in and he puts his foot down and a little blade shoots out of the toe of his boot, and from like the other side of the bar, Dalton's like, "Right boot," and this other guy's like, "Got it." they're like 50 feet away from the guy. Amazon Women on the Moon is good too, man. I like Amazon Women on the Moon. There ain't no Thelma here. The bitch don't live here. Very funny stuff. Man, I haven't watched those. I would love to make a movie like that. I'd love to make a new movie that was just like, and this, it's ripe time for that, because people are so used to just flipping through. Like, their attention span doesn't have to hold together. You could string a bunch of good sketches together and make a movie out of them, and it would be fine. I think I'm going to do that. I'm eating Spot Center. That was too many nas. Says, I'm eating chips in bed and reach that point where you dump the crumbs and powdered barbecue dust in your mouth, hoping not to spill out the sides. It always spills out the sides and goes right into your throat and sometimes in your nose. So have fun with that. Don No Soul Simmons. Nice, Chooch. That's Dag, David Allen Greer. Blacks Without Soul. I would like to advise you, sir, that tonight's presentation is in Feel Around. That's back to Kentucky Fried, I think. Hey, there's Robards. What's up, man? Of course, I remember. I remember you in Parenthood. Do you guys remember Jason Robards in Parenthood? I think my favorite Jason Robards role, and it's because it hit me at the right time. I was a kid. Max Dugan. Max Dugan Returns. Anybody? Anyone? Kira, I am back on. You're right. Welcome. Take him to Detroit. Nice. Let's all give Dr. Klon a great big hand. Please welcome Hugh G. Rection. And one of the guys' names is Enormous Genitals. Shit is hilarious. I'm going to make a movie like that. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to start making movies, man. That's what I've always wanted to do. And I'm just like, now I could do it and just put them out, but I'm not doing it. So it's time to change that. It's time to make a change. Kiara. Thank you, Laura. I fuck it up every time. What's up, McBangus? No, not to Detroit. Can't stand Mono's Hands of Fate. Prefer giant Gila monster on. Marta, I think you've been hacked. I have no fucking idea what any of that means. Do it. Already asked, I'm sure, what happened to the party last few weeks. Yeah, I just got really busy. I'm still actually in the middle and sort of part of the way into telling the story. Mike M. looking to blow it up with $2. I want my $2. We should make that a thing where when I say I want my $2, you guys have to give me $2. Does that seem fair? Does that seem like a fun game? I'll do like Soupy Sales. Soupy Sales, I don't know how you guys are old enough, some of you, to remember. It's before my time too, but I heard about it later. Soupy Sales had a kids show, and he told the kids to go and take money out of their mom's purses or dad's wallets and mail it to him. And they fucking did, like a lot of them. Oh, boy. Gluteus Maximus. So yeah, so then I went to Minneapolis and I got carded $2, $2 more from Kiara. Kiara, got it. I got it. So I went from Seattle to Minneapolis, where I stayed on a college campus. Then I went down to Des Moines, and then from Des Moines I went to Kansas City, stopping for a night in a cool little town called Excelsior Springs. Chime in if you've ever heard of or been to Excelsior Springs, Missouri. Anybody? Super cool little town, man. Stayed at this awesome hotel called the Elms. It's like an old school spa hotel. Uh-oh. Blowing it up for Judy Tenuta. Psychedelic witches embedded in asphalt. This is, I think, my favorite Judy Tenuta punchline. Kelf grew up with Soupy Sales. Did you send him cash? Did you put cash in an envelope and mail it to him? Maybe it's Kira. Oh, you're telling me, Laura, but you don't know. Let me give you a little bit of advice. If you don't know something, don't go telling somebody else, okay? Yes, Judy Tenuta is a goddess. Stayed at a cool old hotel called the Elms. They have like 9 hot tubs. They have a spa, which wasn't open. Very nice old place. It used to be a hideout. Al Capone used to hide out there. He would go and he would stay in this same room because it had a view of all the streets coming in. And Red, or I'm blowing it up for Red. Once was a couple from Sinclair who tried to do it on the stair. The banister broke, so they doubled their stroke and finished it off in midair. All right, Red gave me $5 and a weird limerick about people fucking in the air. I'm gonna blow it up twice for that. MST3K is originally from Minneapolis. Small cast of local comedians doing snide commentary during airings of old films. Oh, Mystery Science Theater 3000. I don't know the abbreviations. I should have figured that out. I loved it. I thought it was great. I watched it hours and hours. Great stuff. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Nice. Oh, you were saying hi to him. All right, I got you, Laura. I'm a fool. I just try to interpret all these things that you guys are typing in. Yes, Eagles do it like that. So, Excelsior Springs, a place where Al Capone would hide out. And one of the guys got the room, the Al Capone room. Honestly, I was like, how did you get that and I didn't? What the fuck? But really, it's because I was on the club floor, which you needed an extra layer of security to get on that. And they also said that was the floor that was like totally haunted. But I had no experience of ghosts in that hotel. I have in the past, but I didn't in that one. Excuse me, even though they say it's definitely haunted. But Excelsior Springs is a super cool little town. If you're ever cruising through, I would check it out. There's like a newer part of town that's like strip malls and shit. That's not what I'm talking about. Back in the hills there's like a nice old little downtown area. So here's what I was doing, you guys. I literally was surprising farmers in their tractors and then riding in their tractors with them, asking them trivia questions. And they would win money for their local FFA chapter. Some of you probably know what that is, and some of you probably don't even know what the FFA is. It is Future Farmers of America. A very good charity there, and we helped out some kids. So like we had a lot of fun, and we raised money for them, and we surprised people. And I rode in like a combine. I rode in a combine harvester, several of them actually. One of them, I rode with a fella, who's been plowing the same field that we were. He's been farming the same field that we were harvesting in that day, since before I was born. And I was like, oh my God. I had this moment of like, holy shit. For my whole life, the whole time I have existed, that guy's been a farmer on that piece of property, which he doesn't own. He has a lease deal with it, with no contract. It was all based on a handshake. Pretty insane. And I had lunch. I was in the little town of Orick, Missouri, is where that guy was. And I went and ate in this little like luncheonette, which is like the bar and the restaurant in town, because that's all they have. Town is literally like 5 buildings in a row on one side of a main street. And I went in there, and so there's a bunch of women having lunch on the other side of the restaurant, and they got wind that Ben Bailey was in the restaurant there, and they sent a woman over, and she was like, "Oh, we're all so excited," and she said, "It'd be lovely if you could come over and say hello." So I did. I went over and I said hello to the ladies that were lunching over there, and one of them said, "You're not the first celebrity we've ever had in Orick." And I said, "Oh no," and she said, "No. Michael Douglas was here in 1969. I was like, holy shit. That's 50 years ago. She was like, I was here. The ice cream store was the local bar in that movie. It was not really the movie, and I made her sound snooty when she's not. She was very nice. But yeah, so that's what I was doing, man, and it was kind of cool and kind of crazy. Riding around in an RV. They rented a nice RV because I was like, if we're going to be out there, I'm going to need a bathroom and a place to like hide out. And we're shooting, so it's typical. You get an RV or a trailer, you know. Mark G blowing it up for you again. Thanks for the $2. Thank you for the $2. It's time for another drive-by, folks. Drink your drink. It's time for you to drink your drink. I think I've caught up to where I was before I realized that you guys were not seeing or hearing me. The Streets of San Francisco. It's a great show, The Streets of San Francisco. Far cry from the streets of Orick, Missouri. So cheers, you guys. Be it beer, be it whiskey, be it water, be it wine. You take a sip of yours, and I'll take a sip of mine. So cheers, you guys. Cash Cab Drive-By. Michael Douglas is the talk show guy, right? No, Kelf. Mike. No, it was Michael, and he was acting in what they said was his first movie. It was a movie called Adam at 6 a.m. I think they said the name of it was. Somebody should look that up and let me know if you find it. Yes, Carl Malden had a seriously squeezable nose, Spot Center. You were spot on with that one. Michael Landon, Little House, yeah. Well, how is that? How is that? I must have missed what that's a. My grandfather farmed his whole life. I was so sad when the farm was sold. Oh, it's terrible. I'm sorry, Marta. Where was the farm? Cheers, Liz. Drinking coffee at 10 p.m. Fine by me. I drink it all day and all night. I love me some coffee, man. You think it was an alky nose, Con? I don't think it was all alcohol. I think he had a big, round, bulbous nose. Maybe it was a little bit reddened. A little bit reddened by that, you know what I mean? Maybe. Maybe it were. Maybe it weren't. The Streets of San Francisco. I never really, the only thing I remember about that show is the intro. And it was like all the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm like, those aren't even streets in San Francisco, really. My neighbor bought the farm. Speaking of farms, sorry for your loss there, Spot Center. Mike was bigger than Michael in 69. Well, if it was his first movie, you know, people wouldn't really have known him yet. A Quinn Martin production. Yes, Michael Douglas is in Falling Down. What's up, Sammy J? Thanks for chiming in. That's a fun movie. I like that movie. I like watching him come unraveled Go crazy. Carry a shotgun into the whammy burger. What's up, 9446 Network? That is right. Ben Bailey, the cash cab guy. That's me. Marta's enjoying a lovely Riesling. I had the juice and the knobs. It's corn. I'm not following. You guys are like, I'm not following everything. Lance O, 1970. Is that when that came out? That's when I was born. 1970 movie. Is that the, yeah, I mean, if he was shooting it in 69, it would make sense that it came out in 70, I guess. Did anyone find the name of it? Did anyone find the name of the film? Big Dog, I'm drinking Wild Turkey 101 all day and night. But I can't reproduce Carl's nose. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't build a nose like that on alcohol alone. There's genetics in there. There are Adam at 6 a.m. premise. Adam Gaines, a semantics professor at UCLA, becomes complacent in his life and hears about the death of a relative in Missouri. Huh. So it's real. Adam at 6 a.m. And I got the name right even. Thanks, Lance-O, for doing research. Concentration was a game inside of a game. Figure out the puzzle. I loved Falling Down. He was in The Game. Yep, The Game. Or something like that as well with Sean Penn. Yeah, The Game. That's another really good movie. I love that movie. The first time I saw that movie, that's one of those, the best, the first time you see it, for sure. I wish I had a quote from that. I'm going to watch that again, and maybe I'll work a quote from it. Adam at 6 a.m. No drinks on your meds. All right, well, that's cool. Stick to that. So the drinks range from coffee to wild turkey. And non sequitur chat is right. All right. I never managed to get to it, but I'm going to do it now. This is the moment you've all been not really waiting for. I have found 29 facts about the number 29. And we're not going to do the ones that suck. There's no adjectives to argue with or rebut here. You know what I mean? It doesn't say 29 fun facts or 29 interesting facts, because often you're like, that's not fun, nor is it interesting. I hope I got the number of the episode right. I think I did. First things first, the number 29 is the 10th prime number. 29 is the atomic number of copper. The atomic number of copper. It takes Saturn. I thought this one was interesting. Just like an insane little dose of perspective about our solar system and how incredibly fucking huge it is. And a tiny speck within the universe. It's mind-boggling, that stuff, if you go too far into it. And too far is not that far. It takes Saturn 29 years to orbit the sun. Think about that. 29 years. So twice. Hasn't finished its second loop since that guy started farming that field. Oh, here's a 29 years. Saturn is just barely moving out there. Trivia question from Desi Seiler. What's up, Desi? Hey, Ben, trivia question. What do Carl Malden and the Jacksons have in common? I'm not sure that's a trivia question, but I'll take it. I have no idea. What is it? What is it, Desi? All right, I can't just wait. How old are you on Saturn? That's a good question. If somebody can figure that shit out. Ask Matt Damon. 29 is an album by Ryan Adams. Ryan, not Brian. Oh, wait, we're already in the middle of a joke, Raphael. Hang on. I'm pretty sure it's a joke. Carl Malden and the Jacksons. I don't know. Maybe they came from the same town. They all went to high school in Gary, Indiana. All right. Nice one, Desi. I thought you were setting us up for like a bad Bad joke. Didn't know that. Carl Malden and the Jacksons grew up in the same town. All right, so Raphael, you've got a Halloween knock-knock joke. Would I like to hear a Halloween knock-knock joke? Yeah. Yes, I would. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to read it instead. They were all beaten by their father. That cuts right to it there, Con. Kelf's been around a little longer than two passes of Saturn. That's pretty insane, isn't it? I mean, pretty crazy. Most of us are only 2 years old on Saturn. Okay, Raphael, he's setting it up. Knock, knock. Who's there? Okay, there's another who's there. Boo. It's going to be boo hoo, don't cry, isn't it? Oh, okay. Jack. Jack who? This is ridiculous. Jack who? Jack. What? Okay. I don't know where this is going. Wait, what happened? What happened, Raphael? Jack, no? Jack the Ripper, that's who. Oh, okay. This is a knock-knock joke, a live knock-knock joke. Texting to talking and with an audience. Jack the Controls. Nice, Mark G. Nice. Okay. Back to the excitement of numbers. 29 is an album by Ryan Adams, not Bryan Adams. Both Canadian. There's a little fact for you. 29 miles is 46.67 kilometers. 29 inches is 73.66 centimeters. The number of days that February has in a leap year is 29. I think that's the first thing that most people would think of. Would you think of the number 29? A polygon. Okay, here we go. A polygon made up of 29 sides. You guys ready? Is called an icosahedron. Icosahedron. Or an anacosagon or nonacosagon. Go ahead and use that. Use that. You guys are going to use that in everyday life. There's no question about it. According to USA Today, 29% of married couples share a toothbrush. That is not so much about the number 29, is it? 29% of married couples share a toothbrush. Now, does that mean they only have one? Or like they have one that they don't really use? Interesting. I find that interesting. Liam Payne from One Direction was born on August 29th, 1993. It pains me that that's on a list. Just Curious. Oh my God. Just Curious just paid me $29. Boom. So nice. I've been here watching since 2020 and love laughing at every episode. Cheers to you, Ben. Thank you, Just Curious. $29. You're getting a triple blow up for that. That was fantastic. You know what? One more. Fuck it. Thanks, Just Curious. That's very nice. Very, very nice of you to say that and to tip me $29. I love it. Oh, now there's a plan. Everybody has to tip me the number, and I'll just do as many episodes. In the end, you guys have to pay me like $10,000 a minute. 29% of married couples share a toothbrush. And the other 71% use the other one. I already did the other one after that. Liam Payne from One Direction. I have no idea who that guy is, but I've heard of One Direction. I remember when they all decided to go in different directions. Yeah, I know. 29 written in Roman numerals is XXIX. XXIX. Yes, episode number 1500, Con. That's where the big money is. In bingo, ball number 29 is called In Your Prime. I don't understand what that means, really. Would they have names for all the balls, and the 29th one is called In Your Prime? I find that very strange. 29% of married couples are insane. You're right about that, Kevin. I think I love you. I love the Amber books, too, of course. At Big Dog. Oh, wow. Kelf loves you at Big Dog. There's a lot going on in the chat tonight. And the Discord, I assume, is happening after the show. I was starting to feel so abandoned. Like, I was like, I'm asking you guys are you guys ignoring me because I didn't do the show for a few weeks? And you, like, joined up and you were like, just don't respond to what Ben says. Just have your own chat. Tune into the show, and then we'll have our own chat without Ben. Excuse me. This is surprising. This next one is surprising, if it's true. The human skull is made up of 29 bones. That seems like a lot of bones. 29, right? Are you counting all the teeth as separate bones? Are they part of the skull? Boycott Ben. Con, you son of a bitch. How dare you? It seems like a lot of bones for the skull. I mean, the top, the dome, that's just one bone, right? I'm going to have to look that up. Better yet, one of you guys look that up and get back to me. Thanks, Marta. I missed you guys, too. 7 straight cuts through a pizza can divide it into as many as 29 pieces. Really reaching. Really reaching. There's a city in California called 29 Palms. That's pretty interesting. I wonder why they call it this. Perhaps there are 29 palm trees there. No idea what Discord is. It's a chat that they do after the show, just curious. Yeah, caps lock. You don't have to yell. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? That's the movie quote. That's the next movie quote. I think you guys should get that, I would think. It's funny, I think one of you guys, oh boy. Oh, I closed the chat window by mistake. And I brought it back. One of you guys said, Dumb and Dumber, nice. Lance, oh, you're quick on it. And Kira, too. Nice guys. Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey. Ben's lost control and it's freaking him out. I'm okay, big dog. Yeah, Jim Carrey, what's the character's name? Anybody? Character's name? Lloyd Christmas. April Sunshine. Boom! That's right in the shaggin' wagon. Kick his ass, Seabass! January 29th is National Puzzle Day. That's for another segment of the show. It would take 29 million years for a car traveling 100 miles per hour to reach the nearest star. What the fuck? Okay. How would we disprove this? And why would we want to? On March 29th, 2004, the Republic of Ireland became the first country in the world to ban smoking in all workplaces, including bars and restaurants. Way to go, land of ire. Aaron go brah. Well done. I remember that. I remember hearing about that. Wait a minute. What year was that? 2004, yeah. New York was not that far after, not that far behind is what I'm looking for. April 29th is International Dance Day. Yeah, these are holidays. We've got a segment that covers those, man. So I think that's going to be it for the 29, the facts of 29s. The facts of the number 29. Those are all the facts and all the things we will share about the number 29. Thank you very much. Aaron Go Brales, Con. All right, so I had a new idea for a segment. Emma's not here; she's in Australia. But I'm going to play this news open anyway. It's not weird. It's not wild. It's not wacky. It's not weekly. It's definitely not Wednesday. But it is world news. And it's good news. I decided that I had a conversation with a friend of mine, a guy that lives in the neighborhood here. And he was like talking about, he just sees on the news all these horrible things happening. And I was like, what news are you watching, And he was like, the regular Channel 4 New York news at 11. I was like, I've got an idea for you, buddy. Stop watching that. It's not doing you any good. It's just the bad news. And then I went, you know what? The good news. Years and years ago, I had an idea for a show. It's just called The Good News. And it's a reporting of news that is good news. So I looked up some good news stuff. And I thought I'd share some of that good news with you guys. So here's a little bit. I don't have a graphic or music for it yet, but I'm going to have some new stuff for these new segments pretty soon. Although I've already done 29, the episode's numbers is going to be tough to keep that going. I mean, pretty soon we're going to get into numbers that are, you know what? Fuck it. I'll keep it going. I'll make a graphic. I'll commit to it. Good news is great. That's right, Marta. So here's some good news. An initiative in Colorado provides the possibility for renters to have stakes in the buildings that they live in. So people that are living in low-income housing in Colorado are going to have access to gaining some equity in the building that they rent in. And it's on a pretty big scale. It's throughout a fair amount of the low-income housing there. So that's going to help them a lot, man. That's going to open a lot of doors for them. I think that's really exciting. I don't have a whole lot more about that. These are just snippets of good news. A new ballot initiative could see affordable housing renters in Colorado having equity from the buildings redirected back to them. The groundbreaking model has never been attempted on such a large scale. That's exciting. We'll try to follow up with that. We'll see what's going on. Yeah, no, they get stakes too, Lanzo. Actual stakes. Mid-rare. They had mid-rare. Investment. Here's another one. Investment in wind and solar to outpace oil and gas drilling for the first time ever. That's fantastic to me. I mean, that should have happened a long, long time ago, but you know what? I'm glad it's happening now. According to an analyst, global investment, and this is a global thing, global investment in wind and solar energy is set to outpace oil and gas drilling for the first time this year. It's a milestone in the worldwide transition to clean energy that comes in spite of the heavy energy crisis. It's fantastic. I love it. I am a big advocate of clean energy. Everybody should be. It sounds even silly. It's like, yeah. That's like saying I believe in, having air to breathe. To me, the sun has just got so much power that it's like so much energy that it's like, how do we not harness that? There are particles that got shot off the sun that are just passing through everyone and everything all the time. It's like, how do we not? We need to be able to harness that. Here's a positive. How COVID vaccine technology could help defeat cancer. The team behind one of the most successful COVID vaccines, the Özlem Türeci team, barely known outside of Germany. In an interview with the BBC, they explained how mRNA technology could be repurposed in order to attack cancer cells instead of invading coronaviruses. Wouldn't that be insane? The coronavirus leads to a cure for cancer. It'd be fan-fucking-tastic. So there we go. There's 3 pretty awesome news items. Mark G, thanks, man. Just giving me $2. And $2 and $2 and $2. Ben, did you happen to see Bill Nye's The End Is Nigh miniseries? No, I didn't, but I like the name. Spot Center Nana says, I'm a big sun guy. I wanted to change my name to Ray, but my mom wouldn't let me. My middle name is Ray, Spot Center, and I'm a big sun guy too. Marta Weller says, I watch news from other countries like Britain and Japan. BBC World News is what I watch. BBC World News tells you what the news is. There's still no advertising influencing what BBC News is saying. And they're just telling you what happened. That's what I recommend to everybody here who's like, what should I watch? What should I watch? Because they're tired of all the bullshit and all the spin. It's beyond spin. It's lies at this point. And so I recommend that. BBC World News or BBC America. So yeah, man. But I think I'm gonna keep going with the good news segment because it's nice to hear about some positive things. Because you just tend to just get all these negative things all the time. Let's do another drive-by. Cheers, everybody. It's time for you to drink your drink. Kimmen Kreiner, what's up? Missed you too. Sorry to be away without any notice or anything. I'm going to try to do the show as often as I can still. It's maybe not going to be every week, but it's going to be... Try to do it every week. When I'm here and I'm able to get to it, I'm going to do it. Marta also watches Japan's NHK World News. Cool. Lance likes the good news, man. Good news is good news, right? No news is good news with Gary Gnu. You guys name that show? Cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers. Cheers, cheers to you and to me. We're going to speed things up a little bit here, guys. Hold on to your hats. It's time for warp speed. Richard A. Watson nailed it. The Great Space Coaster. No news is good news with Gary Gnu. Blowing it up, blowing it up. Gary Gnu. He was a Gnu. That's what he was. Ludicrous speed. That's right. Go, go, go. Australian news. Maybe I'll check out the Aussie news. Probably good. I like Sky News Australia. I hear more from them than anyone. All right, Kelf, I'll check that out. Thanks. Thanks for that. So today, everybody, like most days, is not just one or two, but several ridiculous fun holidays, which we like to celebrate in a segment that we call Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. I love that there's just all these weird holidays. Today's are good ones. And I always wanted to point them out and make something out of them. And we have. It has evolved into this segment, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And today, they are good ones. I really like these ones. Today is Slap Your Annoying Coworker Day. Which, man, if Emma wasn't in Australia right now. Just kidding, babe. I love that. That's actually a day. We might have mentioned it before, but slap your annoying coworker day. It's too bad that it's on a Sunday, because it's only going to be like people that work for the church slapping the shit out of each other. Why the hell did you hit me, Father O'Malley? Because it's slap your annoying coworker day, if I may, Padre. That's a great one. I don't know who came up with it or why, but I love it. It is also International Swallows Departing from San Juan Capistrano Day. International Watch the Swallows Departing from San Juan Capistrano Day. That's a real holiday that someone made. And it's because, like, thousands and thousands of swallows leave, I guess, on this day. Like, I mean, did someone tell them? Today's the day, guys. Time to go. There's no way it's on the same exact day every year. It just couldn't be. You hit me and I'm annoying. That's a double whammy. Is that a movie quote? Are you just repeating what I said? Laden or unladen swallows. Nice chooch. You guys get to throw movie quotes in there too, but we all know that one. They're not English swallows. I mean, they're in California at that point. And it's also Boston Cream Pie Day. So don't slap your annoying coworker day was every day before I retired. Yeah, well, it's every day except for one day a year. This year just happened to fall on a Sunday, which really sucks. Right? I mean, if you're just waiting, like, oh, man. That Bill Johnson in HR, I'm going to slap the shit out of him this year for slap your annoying coworker day. And then it's a Sunday. You're going to have to, like, go to the guy's house. Ding dong. Whoosh. What the hell was that for? You know why. You know that you're the most annoying co-worker. We work together, and you're the annoying one, so I came over and slapped you, because that's what day it is, boy. All right, it's been about an hour and 10 minutes since you guys started hearing me, but it's been 90 minutes since I actually started the show. That's the irony. I started right at 9 o'clock for like the first time in months. Ding dong, slap and dash. That's right, Con. You got a name for everything, don't you? But yeah, so I've been yakking for 90 minutes, even though you guys have only been hearing and seeing me for 60. A little more than 60. Right? Yeah, 68 minutes. I think that's plenty. It's enough. You can tell me you've had enough, right? I'm not dead yet. You guys both said that one at the same time. Very nice. I have some shows coming up. I should tell you guys about those. If I could remember what they are. November 5th, I will be out in Southport, Long Island. One night, one show only. Southport, Long Island. That's Saturday, November 5th. That might be next Saturday. No, it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from yesterday. 2 weeks from yesterday. Okay? Okay. After that, I will be at the Irvine Improv in Irvine, California. I hope some of you guys can make it out to some of these. Irvine, California, the Irvine Improv on November 17th. This one's not on the site yet. I will be at the Improv in San Jose, California, the night before that, Wednesday the 16th. One show at the Improv in San Jose. Do you know the way? Yes, that's right, big dog, Southport. Unless I'm wrong about what town it is, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, Irvine, California. San Jose, Irvine. There's a chance I might do a couple of shows on November 20th in L.A. at a place called the Teragram Ballroom. I'm not sure. That one's not guaranteed yet. There's a chance that I'll be in Grapevine, Texas on the 28th of November. I will definitely be in Appleton, Wisconsin the first weekend of December. And there's a couple more, but they're not until next year. March 23rd of 2023, I'll be at the Candlelight Theater outside of Wilmington, Delaware. And there might be one or two more. They are on the website. If you guys go to the website, it is therealbenbailey.com. I have a web scroll here, but it's old. Still has the DC Comedy Loft on it. These dates have come and gone already. Oh, that's the other one I forgot to mention. This one has not happened yet. Ridley's Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, Michigan, November 11th and 12th. Still some tickets for that, but going quickly. Skyline Comedy Club, Appleton, Wisconsin, December 2nd and 3rd. These are good dates. If you make it to the website to check out the new dates, and it has a new look since this scroll I'm showing you, make sure you go up to the Shopify store link at the top right. Click on it. It'll take you to the Shopify page. Hoodies and notebooks and buttons and T-shirts and mouse pads and mugs and phone covers and cases, rather, and all kinds of stuff. Hats and bags and underwear, beer cozies, all kinds of stuff that you guys can get there. Big new show merch, a Sparklebark puzzle, Sparklebark hoodies, live from Vic's T-shirts and hoodies are on there now. They're not on this video that I'm playing this on right now. This is not a live shot on my website. It's just what I had queued up. Percentage of all the proceeds from everything you guys order on the Shopify page goes to Share Our Strength. And for every order that you guys place, a pound of plastic will be removed from the oceans. That being said, thank you for all the purchases you guys have made on there in the past. It's been a fair amount of them. Nice Sparklebark hoodies. Love it. Love it. Big Dog, I'm in Cocoa Beach. Oh, I've been to Cocoa Beach. You're going to come heckle me about owls. All right. Well, that'll get me to come down there. Oh, and a happy birthday from Laura Miskin. Thank you very much. It's actually, our next show is actually on my birthday. Yeah, Scorpio season. Look out. Don't cross us. We'll never forget it. It's time for Sunday, folks. Here it is.
This weekend, one day only. You know that guy that sits next to you at work and you can't stand him? Well, now's your chance. Walk over to that fucker and slap him in the face, because it's Slap Your Annoying Coworker Day. Now race out to San Juan Capistrano and pretend you like birds. Look up at the sky and watch the swallows fly away, because it's time for them to depart. Now go eat a Boston cream pie, because it's Boston Cream Pie Day.
Feckin' water signs. That's right, April. I like your accent. Guys, thank you so much for hanging in and waiting, not just for the previous weeks when I didn't do a show, but also for the first 20 minutes tonight when I thought I was talking to you and I wasn't. I really am an idiot, and I really appreciate that you guys hung in there. And thank you for your generous tips and donations and for supporting the show. I'm gonna launch another podcast, which is gonna be another live show that's for night owls. It's a show for people that are up late at night, like myself. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that a lot of you guys are night owls as well. I don't know, but we'll find out, and I'll tell you more about that in the days to come. But for now, you guys, I have been coming at you live from Vic's Bar, and this has been the big new show with me, Ben Bailey, episode number 29. Can't wait to see you guys for episode 30 on my birthday, October 30th. I think I have that right. Yeah, it's the 23rd. Yeah. So episode 30 on October 30th, Mischief Night, or Devil's Night, or whatever you call it, depending on where you guys are. My birthday, crazy time to have a birthday, but a great one. That's it, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging. I'll see you in a week. Everybody be good.